So let's talk a little bit about online scammers. And there's 100 of different scams out there. We probably have heard most of them, but on different social media sites, you have different types of scammers. Facebook has their share of scammers. Mostly it's in the marketplace where, it's bait and switch or something of that nature. And, I want to say that Facebook it's not as open as everyone thinks it is. It is very regulated and it's very easy to report things and so on and so forth. And Facebook, for all the evil that Facebook has, they do a good job of, if you report a fake account, they're pretty quick at jumping on it and taking care of it. On other social media sites, now I belong to MeWe.com also, and MeWe is a social media site similar to Facebook, but I don't want to say it doesn't have any rules, but it's a lot more open. It is not as regulated by the corporation as Facebook is, so it's more open. And so as such, when you have one that says more, I guess freedom would be the word that you would use, you get more scammers and con artists and game players. And so this morning I get to work, open up my accounts, check my emails, look at my messages, so on and so forth, and I get immediately hit up by a chat request. Okay. So, and it was someone I had chatted with, I want to say about a year ago, and I identified her as a scammer then. But just out of curiosity, I played the game. So, if you're not familiar with what they call the romantic scam or the love scam, basically someone younger and prettier than you, outside of your class. I know who I am. I am old. I am married. Average, maybe below average appearance. So, we all have opinions, but that's just my thoughts. I'm about an average looking guy. I'm old, I'm fat. So I am not going to attract anyone who is A, younger, B, way above my scale, or, something of that nature. So again, we started chatting, and of course she told me she's in Phoenix, Arizona. Red flag number one. Why would I chat with someone about romance so far away? Well, of course I put a squash to that right away. And she was insisting on having a photo of me. Well, there's photos of me on my profile, just like there's photos of me on my profile on Facebook. There's photos of me, and all of my information is there. I'm married, where I work, where I graduated from school, so on and so forth. And she replies, well, I've seen that one. I said, did you look at the other photos? And she goes, there are other photos. And I copied and snipped it and threw it in there. Basically a photo of me holding my 1-year-old grandson at the time. And of course, a photo of my wife holding our 1-year-old grandson. And she goes, you have wonderful kids. I was like, well, that's my grandson. I'm old, remember? So she sends me a photo of her. She goes, but you've got a wife. I'm like, yeah, I've had a wife for 25 years. It's listed on my profile. I have a wife. And she goes, and she hasn't bore you any kids yet? Yes. Let me pop this over for you. I snipped that. Yes. Look at that. That's my grandson. Again, like I said, reality is there's no way in hell I would ever attract something like that. That's just beyond my scale. So, anyways, yes, and she hasn't bore you any kids yet? Yeah. So, scammers, especially love scammers, you have to watch for them. There will always be signs. Usually they don't understand or grasp the nuances of the American English language. Now, I want to put that out there because different English languages throughout the world have different nuances. And so, yeah, and then, someone claims to have read your profile and it's clearly dictated on your profile, you're married, you have kids and so on and so forth, but completely ignores it. Someone outside of your scale, if you're a solid 5, you should only be able to go 1 up or 1 down by reality. Also, geographical location. If you are actually in the market looking for a romantic encounter, my personal rules, I haven't used them in years, but my personal rules, I ain't going any further than an hour. I've got friends who are out there looking. They'll go as far as 3 hours. But again, I'm not going to go clear across the country for a romantic encounter. No, 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 no. So it's just not going to happen. So again, watch for these scams because they will pop up. I've seen them on Facebook. Not as often on Facebook, but I will get random requests and I'll look at their profile with like, no, delete. So yeah, if you're lonely and you're looking for companionship, there are websites dedicated for this purpose. And even then, on those websites, I've got a gentleman who is recently divorced and is looking, and in the first two chats he's had, he's already been conned out of money. No. Just again, I'm not saying that it's not possible to get someone higher than your attractiveness or younger than you are, but no, within the first two chats of someone asking you for money, no, it's a scam. Trust me. They, send me money Cash App or send me money via PayPal or, hey, buy me a gift card. No, no. If it is true, you'll know. You will click and it'll feel right and so on and so forth. If it doesn't feel right, if it feels weird, trust your gut. Most likely it's a scam. So, and, I don't want to read y'all's personal stuff because, sometimes I'll get people, hey, can you look at this and tell me, no, no, don't do that. You'd be surprised how many times I get requests for this. Is this a scam? And they'll send me, whole conversations and threads, including, the exchange of photos. And it was like, trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, it's not right. And like I said, a general rule, you'll have to make your rules for your own self. But, if you have to travel far, far away for it, no. If you have to give them money relatively a short period of time after having an online conversation, even before you meet them, no. Just, the green card scam is, someone from Africa or, I've seen it from Mexico, and they're looking for a husband to get a green card. Yeah, don't do it. Or like I said, most love scams are just hey, I love you. Da 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 da. Let me have $20 or $200, or buy me a Steam gift card for my kid. Yeah, no. If you can't physically interact with the person, just my opinion, if you can't physically interact with the person, it's probably not a good thing. Now, I know the generations below me have a whole different take on this, and have complete online romantic relationships with people. And I'm old. I can't grasp the concept. I'm sorry. Most people in my generation and above me have a difficulty grasping the concept, because if I'm going to date someone, I want to be able to hold them, touch them, actually take them on a date, not just McDonald's, maybe Applebee's. But yeah, no, if you're doing, so watch out for these scams. I thought I would put this out there because, like I said, that one popped up on me today. It was like, really, seriously, you don't know where grandkids come from? And so, yeah, as soon as I called her out on it, she blocked me. And, she said she was going to just blast my photo all over the internet for being a scammer. I'm sitting here going, well, if you had read my profile and understood it, you might have a little bit of a harder time doing that. So anyways, online scams. Yes, definitely watch them. Always be vigilant about them. I've seen on the news this morning, they was talking about there's a new scam going around about Amazon. Yes, be vigilant, especially with us coming up with the shopping season. It's going to start earlier this year because of the pandemic. Just be aware. If it doesn't feel right, if someone claiming to be from like Amazon calls you and says there's a problem with your card, tell them you'll check it online, because it should show up online. I've had that happen before where I've used my card too much and the card declined on an Amazon order and I had to wait a day for it to clear through before it would go. You'll get the notice in your email and you'll get your notice on your Amazon account. Amazon will almost never call you to tell you that there's a problem with your card. So yeah, watch for these scams. And it's only going to get worse as we come into the shopping season. Be vigilant. If it doesn't feel right, just one thing. Yeah, and this is another thing. I came across this one yesterday, and I'll make a separate video on that one. There is no phone number to call for Microsoft or Google. There is no, if you typed in phone number for Google on Google, they're not going to publicly give you a number. It doesn't exist, because they do everything online. So yeah, watch for these scams. So just be vigilant. You guys have a great day.